Welcome to IRMC Talks. I am Jason. I'm here with Javier Perez, the one and only JP2. And tonight, we're excited. We have Kelton Jordan Johnson, currently at UCF. And what are you still doing? Are you still an offensive analyst?
I am, yep. So I've been working with the running backs this past season. I'm the assistant running backs coach.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
And any feelings that you have about this upcoming season? Like anything? I mean, that's not the main thing we'll talk about, but we're unabashedly big fans of UCF.
Yeah, exactly. We're
if you haven't noticed,
unapologetically UCF fans, as you can see.
There we go. I appreciate the support, man. Over the years, I do seriously appreciate it. I'm excited about the year coming up. I mean, truthfully, I feel like we're already better currently right now than we were this past season. So I'm excited for what's going to come this season.
Yeah, I've seen some of the incoming names, so hopefully everything works out for this next season.
For sure.
But the one thing that we're excited about in terms of having you on is obviously IRMC is more music centric, and one thing that we were fascinated about is that you play drums, sir.
I do.
And that is a big outlet of yours outside of the football universe.
For
so, let us know, like, what got you into that path, and, was this a recent thing? Did you stumble on it? Like, what was your, what led you into this new passion?
So, truthfully, I've always loved music. I grew up listening to music my whole life. Now, I would say that playing the drums is relatively recent. It's been 4 years now, so I'm not a complete beginner anymore.
Right.
But I am still not where I want to be just yet.
Right.
So it started just about 4 years ago. March will be 4 years. So I just bought an electric drum set and learned the hard way, truthfully.
But like, what got you to do that? Like where did the curiosity come from?
That's a good question, man. I wish I just had one moment that just told me to play the drums, but truthfully, I've always wanted to do something musically, and then the drums just kind of felt natural. I've always had natural rhythm, because I've listened to music so long, but you try to do it, and it's just not nearly as easy as you think it is going in. So that challenge, that uneasiness of, oh man, this is harder than I thought. Thinking that it was just going to be as natural as picking up some sticks and making some noise. But no, it's a little bit tougher than that, especially with the coordination and everything. So I would say that when I first got into it, at first it was just genuine curiosity. And then once I did it and it was harder than I wanted to be, it was like, all right, you got to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take any lessons or something?
I did, actually.
Okay,
so
cool.
I would say the very first year I was all self-taught. It was all just me watching YouTube videos, trying to figure it out. And then that was when I was living in Cincinnati coaching for the Bearcats, actually.
Okay.
I bought an electric drum set up there. And for that first year, really busy with football, but whenever I did have some free time, just bang on the drum set every now and then. And then the following year, I ended up moving to Oklahoma to coach at Oklahoma State. And while I was coaching out there, I started getting, for lack of a better term, professional drum lessons. I mean, the director of percussion for the marching band, he was my one-on-one instructor. So that was awesome.
Okay, that's pretty cool,
yeah,
dude.
that was really cool. Shout out to Wayne, man. Wayne, he taught me just about everything I know as far as drumming well. When I first started drumming, it was making noise, and I think this sounds right. But then when I got with him, he showed me what I should be doing, and better yet, what I need to stop doing, the bad habits. So it was good.
So, like, at some point when you got the curiosity to play the drums, is like you had to have seen any drummers or something like that you were like, I like the way that guy plays or the way that guy looks while he's playing. Is there a name that comes to mind or something?
Aries Spears is the first one that comes to mind.
Okay.
Not Aries Spears, I'm sorry. Aaron Spears is his name.
Okay.
But no, Aries Spears is actually a comedian who I also love. So, but no, both of those, man. I would definitely say the guys out in Oklahoma that were teaching me. So not only the director of percussion, but a lot of the people that were on the drum line at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Those are my one-on-one people that I was learning from. So there was this big drum studio in there, and I would go in there and ask for one of the rooms, and I would not only sit in there and just try to figure it out on my own, but I would ask them, like, hey, what should I be doing? Like, help me out. So watching them really helped me a lot too. So I feel like the question kind of posed for me to answer with a famous person, but truthfully,
Yeah.
the people that's still on their way up are the people who I admired the most because they were so willing to help me, you know.
That's awesome.
Pardon the dogs. They were supposed
Yeah.
to be quiet, but
Yeah,
you
probably Hammy's out there.
No, he was supposed to clear away, but sorry.
So, is there a parallel between learning the drums to learning a sport like football? Like, I know that, you got to practice regardless of what you're doing, but is there any other parallels as far as like learning curve that you can find?
For sure. I'm trying to think of some, but the first thing that comes to mind is, like you said, practice. I mean, you can't just think you're going to go into it and think you're going to be good. There's a learning curve. You got to be bad at it at first to get good. You can't just go in it thinking that you're going to automatically be good. And I think anybody that has a dream of something, they visualize themselves being great at something, being amazing, being the best, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Guilty of that.
yeah, you visualize that. So in order to get to being the best that you can be, you got to start at being not so good. So truthfully, I post videos on my social media now of me drumming,
Yeah.
but I've come a long way. I don't post the videos when I first started.
I was gonna say, is there any videos before?
Yeah, I don't post those
Those
videos.
are not coming out?
No,
Okay,
sir.
all right.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I've posted some things that I'm not proud of, mainly just to show my progress.
Right.
You know,
But I find beauty in flaws, man. Like that, I actually appreciate because in today's day and age, I know with guitar, I don't know with drums, but with guitar videos, everything looks so perfect. Everything is pre-recorded and just mimicked on top, and it's like there are no flaws or anything like that. And we're all musicians in this room. It's like we all know that's really not how it happens. Like you
Right.
will make a mistake every single time, even if it's a tiny one or if it's a big one. So being able to own that and go like, yeah, like this is where I'm at right now, drumming. It's like that's awesome. I actually respect that.
yeah, and that's another parallel with sports is that everyone makes mistakes. You're going to do something that you didn't plan for or you wish you wouldn't have done. But the best ones are really good at recovering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whenever you do make a mistake, you're able to either mask it to where the audience doesn't even know you made a mistake, or if you do make a mistake, you didn't say, "Oh man, I quit." Like you just kept jamming.
Yeah.
You just kept figuring it out until it got back right, you know? And the same could be said about offensive lineman who's taking a pass set and he misses with his right hand or he slips a little bit. If he can recover back, he still protects the quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if a running back fumbles the ball, the next play he could still get the ball back if somebody recovered it, and now he can go score a touchdown. You know, so it's just about how you recover more so than messing up.
Yeah, you can't just go like, oh, I missed that block. I'm not going to play the rest of the game.
The beat's done now. The
Also,
beat's
there's,
over.
There's carryover too. Especially in sports, you have to know timing, cadence. You know,
Yeah.
have to know where someone is at any given moment.
Exactly.
You know, I can see how having that sense of timing and like a visualization too, because I mean that's part of it. I imagine like with playing drums, it helps. You know,
Timing is everything. Man.
Yeah.
Like, it really isn't about the noise that you make.
Right.
Like it's not about which instrument on the drum kit that you hit. It's about when you hit it. And don't get me wrong, the technique and how you hit it is important, but it's not nearly as important as when you hit it.
right?
Yeah. Like, did you at some point in your life did you ever play any instruments at
Never.
all?
I had
Nothing.
no musical experience before picking up my drum set 4 years ago.
So how old were you when you started with the drums, basically?
I was a brand new 23. I might have been 22, but turning 23 that year.
That is so rare. Like I usually when it comes to like musical instruments, I always meet people that either started early, even if they switch around until they find the one that they stick to, or like it's the only instrument that they have played their entire life. But like starting at 23, and I've seen your videos, it's like, wow, like that's not bad.
I
Yeah,
think
man.
Saying 4 years is like when you said 4 years right now, I was like, really? That's it?
Yeah, man.
That's pretty. Because I remember what I sounded like in guitar after 4 years, and it's like, oh, that's.
I was going to say
I probably wouldn't have posted any videos if there was such a thing back then.
Yeah.
he's further along in drums in 4 years than I am in Spanish. So
Yes, and we need to.
but
do
I know,
something
I
about
know,
that,
I
okay?
know, I know, I know.
We need
I'm
to keep
working-
going
I'm
to the
trying,
taco
I'm
place,
trying.
and I'm gonna keep making you.
Well, no,
No, dude, like so we
like
have this
tacos.
thing. There's a taco place here, and I told him every time we go to eat there, you're gonna order. and you're gonna order in Spanish.
Mm.
So we went
I
there
have
the other
gotten better.
day, and he tries to order in English, and I
Well, I
stopped him. It's
forgot.
like,
Espérate.
yeah, right. I was like, whoa,
Dos
what you
tacos
doing?
Con Jenny's Way,
In
picante rojo,
okay,
Here we go.
bebida, Coca-Cola,
okay,
cuánto.
okay, good. So he's got the basics.
Yeah,
right?
I can communicate.
Yeah, like I told him, I
I'm
said, you're
getting
not gonna
there.
get away with this. Like every time I'm here, if we're there, like you're gonna order in Spanish.
So funny enough, I grew up in a Spanish immersion program when I was in elementary school.
Oh,
really?
that's
Yep.
cool.
Everything they taught us in English, they also taught us in Spanish.
That's good.
Oh,
That was-
nice.
That
That's
was
very
from
good.
kindergarten through 5th grade. And then 6th and 7th grade, I still took Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 that you take in middle school, and same thing with high school. So
So where
Yeah.
was where are you originally from? Where was that?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh
Duval
wow.
County. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
North
nice.
Florida, Tallahassee here.
Yes, sir.
That is nice. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that they like. Well, I mean, it makes sense in Florida. Something like that definitely makes sense in Florida, but didn't realize that like they would have such programs. That's pretty cool.
I took
So-
French.
I got you. Still a Latin-based language.
Well, I lived in Toronto for a couple of years, and it was more relevant up there than here. Here it's more Latin American influence.
Yeah.
Up there it's more French, like Quebec. It's dual language, dual official language.
Got you.
But yeah, sorry. Go ahead. You're about ready.
I was just saying that grew up with Spanish.
Mhm.
Probably lost a lot of it as I kind of moved out of the Spanish immersion program.
Mhm.
However, it's not like riding the bike, but you remember a lot of the things that you learned back in the day, And currently, I have a Duolingo streak of about 639 days. But who's counting?
Oh, nice.
But
Yeah, I
truthfully,
need to catch
See?
up. I know.
truthfully,
I know.
Duolingo is good and all.
I got the
but
time,
It's nothing
so-
like being in a
Yes,
Spanish
you
class,
do.
I got the time. I got
Yeah.
the time.
That is pretty cool, man. So you own just the one electronic drum set right now?
So I started off with an electronic drum set.
Mhm.
I've actually recently just sold my electric drum set, and that was hard for me to let go, truthfully, because that was my first musical instrument.
Yeah.
So I sold it on the same place I got it from, Facebook Marketplace. Didn't make a profit, wasn't trying to make a profit. It was just getting it off my hands, because truthfully, I stopped playing it. I ended up buying a real acoustic set,
Okay, nice.
and it just feels different.
Yeah.
It feels more real.
Yeah. Like when
and-
it's like when you hit the snare, it hits like it's like resonates different on your hand, the
Yeah.
way, right?
For sure. And then
And the
I-
cymbals, of course.
right, everything, the whole, especially the cymbals. The cymbals, they ring instead of like feeling like a pad.
Yeah.
It's different. So I actually have another set too, and I was playing both of those sets way more than I was playing my electric set. So I have a set that has mesh heads on it, so
Okay.
they're naturally muted.
Yeah.
Right. So I play
know what you
those
mean,
in
yeah.
my place so that I don't disturb my neighbors. But I also have an acoustic set that gets just as loud as any drum set would.
Yeah.
So whenever it's daytime, I play the real one, and then I play the one with the mesh heads in late night environments.
And I feel like you have a career where you're either extremely busy or you have some probably some crazy downtime.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage that? Are you able to even practice or anything during,
That was my
let's say
question.
during football season? How much are you able to play and practice?
Truthfully, man, I was disappointed with myself this past season just because I knew that I was gonna get busy.
Yeah.
There's that's inevitable. It's a football season. You're a football coach. You're gonna be busy. You can't use it as an excuse to not play the drums. And I didn't play nearly as much as I wanted to. So I'm a drummer, and I've decided to be a drummer. I need to play the drums.
Yeah.
Therefore, when I get busy, I still need to find a way to play maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I need to. But I got to the point where I was at the facility all day, training guys, meeting with guys,
Yeah.
watching a lot of film, recruiting, all of that. Get home, now I just want to rest because I've been social batteries dead, now physical batteries dead. Now I don't want to do anything else but rest because I got a whole another day tomorrow. And it's every day. It's not there's no weekends.
Yeah.
I coach football on the weekends too. So
Yeah,
you know.
and also, I mean, in the case of UCF, it was a transition year, so I'm thinking that probably makes it even busier.
Yeah. and then trying to win the trust of a new team and letting them know that I'm fully devoted into this. This is what takes up all of my time, and it's because I want to win. I want to get this place back to where it's supposed to be. So that took precedence this year.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I'm getting to a place where now it's the off season and I can play my drums a lot more now, which is a lot more fun for me. But looking forward, I got to find a way to still play even when I get busier.
Yeah. Like, are you thinking of taking more lessons or?
Absolutely. So I've already reached out to
cool.
the music department here at UCF, and I've been over there a couple times, and they've looked out for me a little bit. Not nearly as much as it was at Oklahoma State, where I was one-on-one with the director of percussion, but I've met with a couple of people that are on the drum line, and two different ones have helped me out already. So I'm looking forward to continuing that. But music is music. I love music, and it's not just the drums. I want to play bass. I have a bass guitar. He's been over and helping me out, put the bass guitar to my
you got
knee.
it in tune. Yeah, and going to start recording more too.
Exactly. I actually just recorded the bass line the other day on a software, so that was.
Were you able to get everything
thanks
in
to your
line?
help. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
he and I both. Like anytime you need anything.
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
that.
say if you ever need to record or
Especially
something here or there,
Cool.
there's a drummer right there that can help us with everything.
You're surrounded at 1, 2, 3.
Shout out, Big O.
Yep.
He's probably the most educated of us all.
Out of all of us, when it comes to recording, he's the source. He teaches the stuff, so he's the source.
I'm gonna have to take your number before I leave here. But yeah, man. So drums, bass. I have a keyboard, and I also have an acoustic guitar too. So
nice.
Yeah, man. Just learning all things music right now. And
what audio workstation are you using?
I use a couple different ones. The main one that I use is Pro Tools, just because I took a Pro Tools class when I was at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was learning the ins and outs of that.
Pretty universal.
Yep. So then, but I first started on FL Studio.
Okay.
And then the one that you showed me too, I have that downloaded on my computer too. So I just need to mess around with
Harrison.
all of them.
Harrison.
Yeah. So
it's one thing that you learn when it comes to the DAWs is like you learn one, you literally learned all the others.
Basics.
It's just
others,
the minutia here and there of like, well, this one they want you to arm the tracks this way, or this one they want you to drop the effects this way or something like that, but they're all pretty much the same.
It's mainly about the display, just how it looks. They all do the same thing.
Understanding everything that is going from whatever you're playing into there, and knowing that that's my kick drum, that's my snare, etc.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. You have a room?
I do.
Okay.
So my second bedroom, I call it my creative room.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where the magic happens.
Nice.
So I want to continue to go in there and making more magic happen, but during the season too, not just in the off season.
So when you were, let me go back to when you were playing at UCF. Were any of the guys on the team musicians, or like had the hobby of music or something while you were there?
I would definitely say yes, but to name them off, I couldn't.
Okay.
Right.
Truthfully, that was before my time being interested in producing my own music.
Okay.
That
makes
was
sense.
me only being a consumer of music, and now I'm looking forward to broadening my horizons as a producer.
Okay, that makes sense, because I think I remember. Is it Loudermilk?
Yep.
That plays guitar.
There's a couple different guys.
I
on
think
the
he
team
does. I think
I
I
think-
remember seeing
think
something
Mac
on
Loud-
Twitter or something like that. That Loudermilk was like playing guitar or something.
Yeah, it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and oh my
It's his
God,
character.
defensive back. I don't know if he was your team or if he was after. Played with the Eagles. Played with a couple other teams. We talked to him for a little bit because he wanted to record here. He wanted to do a rap album.
Oh.
But I can't remember if he was on your team or if he was on the team before or the teams after.
Okay.
No, it wasn't AJ. It was somebody else. God, I'll remember, and I'll put it right here on the at the bottom of the screen. I'll remember the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I have the album, so I can just look it up on iTunes. But yeah, like I remember him, like he was a rapper. I remember Loudermilk or something like that. It's always interesting to me when it comes to like seeing athletes that are musicians, specifically for football, because football's a brutal sport. The fear of me messing up my hands, I don't know that I could do both. Like I would be
The
so
fingers.
paranoid about messing up my hands and then having to play. Like, maybe it works out that you decided to play after
Yeah.
you were done like with your playing career.
Yeah.
But okay, all right,
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of scars on my hand to this day, battle wounds.
yeah,
Being on the line, nonetheless.
yeah, being on the line.
Like when I was starting, when I back in high school, I was wanting to play football, and I was more or less the framework of like a tight end, and yeah, it was probably a good thing I did, and I'm much better like, as a musician. I was good at basketball, but same thing. Like I started to progress a little bit more in guitar and piano and key work and stuff like that, and so for me, it was like, probably we'll dial it back on the team sports and stuff. But
Yeah, like
I'm glad I did. It worked out, I think, for for me and you.
I played basketball in like middle school and high school, like, but not at the school. Like our school was small, we didn't have teams, so I just did like the Puerto Rico's version of AAU.
Okay.
Like
Travel
that was
team.
it.
I got you.
But
But yeah, I would definitely say that I've experienced some minor injuries.
Yeah.
With my hands, I dislocated both of my thumbs and both of my pinkies. But like a dislocation isn't nearly as bad as a sprain or a break.
Right.
You can just literally pop it back in and deal with the pain, or wrap it back up and deal with the pain, or take some pain meds and deal with it. Nothing that ever took me out of the game. I played from my freshman year all the way through my senior year, and just blessed, man. Blessed to not have any major injuries that had to sit me down.
that's
you can hold the sticks,
and I can
you
still
can hold the sticks, and you can use your feet.
Exactly.
You
and
know?
and as a beginning drummer, you don't realize how much you use your feet. You see drumming and you think it's all hands. No.
You gotta try to go for double kick.
Oh yeah, I have a double bass pedal at the crib, and truthfully, I don't use it nearly enough. I need to practice way more with the double bass.
We were my wife and I went to Seattle. They have the Museum of Pop Culture.
Okay.
And there's an area that's dedicated to nothing but music, and they got music rooms where they got the drum kit and a guitar or a drum kit or a bass, and then you just go in there, put your headphones on, and you play. Okay. And yeah, like she wanted to do the drums every time. She could only do the hands.
Yeah.
Like she tried to do the feet, and it's like, nah.
Trying to match your feet
I can
with
do
your hands
I can
is
do
harder than it
one
looks.
foot for a kick, and I've gotten to a point where I can do the hi-hat, but double kick and then switching to the hi-hat, no.
Yeah, I have only been able to do just a simple like quarter pattern.
1 and 2
And,
and 3 and 4
and it's hard for me not to hit on the snare, not to hit the kick drum, because it's like your mind, like it's like stop.
Your right
don't do
foot
it.
is usually attached to your right hand. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
When your right hand comes down, your foot should too.
You feel,
and that's not every time at least.
The level of coordination, it's crazy. Like sometimes, like I've been playing with you, Oscar, since 1997. Since 1997.
I was born in 98.
Oh. Ouch.
Damn it.
You didn't have to hurt us like that.
I'm depressed now.
So, but yeah, like I've been playing with him since 97. And to this day, like sometimes I turn around and I see him doing stuff. It's like, I have no idea how you get the coordination to do that. Like
right brain and
going
left
from
brain.
a drum roll and then going back normal. It's like that in my head, that doesn't make sense. But then at the same time, if I go from some guitar lick and go straight to a chord or something like that, to other people, it'll be like, how do you do that?
How do you do that? Yeah. Seriously. I've jammed with some people and I looked at them like, whoa, he's been practicing. Yeah.
Are you trying to like play live at some point? Like find like some sort of project?
What's the goal?
Like what's the goal? Other than getting better at your instrument,
Not only using it as a hobby, but I look forward to being able to teach people what I know.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
I have been playing drums for 4 years now, and I want to get to the point where I can teach people what I'm learning. That way I can gradually learn and continue to get better, because if you can teach something, you really know it.
Yeah.
If you're someone who is learning it, you don't understand the ins and outs of it yet. That's why you're learning. But by the time that you're able to teach it to somebody, it's because you can answer the questions and you know what you struggled with when you were learning it. So as I continue to get better, I want to continue to teach people what I know.
put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Can
That's the
start
plan.
like a series of like, this is my drumming journey. That'll be cool. I'll watch that.
For sure.
There's a guy in England, and I think he's an American living in England, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the name, but once again, maybe I'll just put the link here. But yeah, he just started learning guitar. I think he's been playing for less than a year, and then now but dude's like our age, and then he said, I want to learn how to play guitar. So after a year, he said, now I'm trying to start a band. So that's all his channel is about. And it's, sometimes the videos get like monotonous because he's just talking about the struggle and everything. It's like, well, yeah, like I know,
Yeah.
I know that, but sometimes it's just fun seeing that it's somebody like me that I've been playing guitar since I have no clue when. I think 5 years old or something like that. To see somebody learning, to me, it's always interesting because I don't remember anymore what it's like to learn. Like I'm right now, because I stopped playing for a while, my hands don't really want to do what my brain tells it to. I used to be a lot faster and stuff like that, but still it's there. And to seeing somebody like well, that's why it's fascinating to me that when you're telling me that you've only been doing it for 4 years, it's like, oh, wow. So it's fresh in your mind how it was when, for lack of a better term, and I'm not being disrespectful, when you sucked,
Yeah.
like you remember that, man, I sucked.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I look back at it and it's like, I'm not, and it's not a humble brag or anything. It's like, I don't remember that. The whole like, man, I suck. This is terrible. So it's very interesting for me seeing an adult going through that process. Because think about it in football. When did you start playing football?
When I was 4 years old.
Exactly. So like at this point, you probably don't really, you don't remember the feeling probably. You remember like what you went through, but you really don't remember the feeling of like, how am I supposed to like put in. So you started when you were 4. What position?
Truthfully, that was so long ago, like you said.
Exactly.
I mean,
See?
it was Pop Warner. They just got to throw you
Yeah,
out there.
exactly. They
It's
put
like,
you
go
in there. It's like, you have the red shirts.
Run
They
that
got the
way.
blue shirts. Like, you're going that way. They're coming this way.
Yeah, so I grew up playing Pop Warner football, but I also had 2 older brothers. So
Okay.
I just kind of did what they did. I followed in their footsteps. And both of them played offensive line, so I ended up playing
Okay.
offensive line. And truthfully, I would say that football taught me a lot, and music is teaching me even more,
Any other musicians?
No, I'm the only musician
any of
in
your
my
family members? Anybody?
Not to my knowledge. I'm
That
sure
is-
somebody in my lineage has played a musical instrument somewhere
That
down
is
the line.
crazy.
But I can't say that anybody in my family just inspired me to do it. I drew my inspirations from other places, I guess.
That is crazy, dude. Like I learned because my brother had learned already, and like I basically learned by watching him and like mimicking what he was doing. But like I got family members. I have an aunt that she's actually really, really, really good. She plays in church, or she
Okay.
used to play in church, and like sometimes I see her like right hand technique. I was like, damn, how did she
Yeah,
do that? Like
yeah.
especially in Christmas, like Puerto Rican Christmas, everybody plays something. Everybody plays a guitar or drums, or they pick up this football and say, this is an instrument now. And they just start hitting it. And yeah, like I remember every Christmas, I remember like I see her right hand technique. It's like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. Seriously.
I'm trying to think. This is so crazy to me, meeting somebody at this stage of the learning process, and then with your age, and I'm just trying to put the 2 and 2 together. Like I said, it's shocking in a way because I don't remember that feeling.
Outside of we've jammed here.
Oh,
a
that's
few
right.
times.
Yeah.
Other people, have you met up with other groups or whatnot and just jammed or see
sure.
whatever?
So back when I was still in Oklahoma, there were a good amount of musicians out there in the music department. I would go jam with them. They were teaching me a lot, truthfully, so I learned a lot from them. And then once I got here, the Orlando music community, as you guys know, is pretty big.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different musicians here. I got connected with a group called Inner Space here in Orlando. Inner Space Orlando is in like the Altamont Springs area.
Okay.
And some Jamaican people, some Rastas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. So I went over there, and they have a whole music studio, and they
That's
have
awesome.
what they call dub sessions weekly at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays.
This is
Yeah.
almost like what I used to do up in Tallahassee. This is cool. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. But no, it's really cool. Every Wednesday. So when I first got back to UCF, and this was probably I got in January, so probably around like March or April is when I heard about Inner Space Orlando, and I started going every Wednesday. You know, just going over there jamming with them. So you asked if I would play live. I've been playing live with them, and that's
Nice.
awesome. When I was still in Oklahoma, I played live a couple times. So there was the Cowboy Choice Awards. They asked me to come and perform as the finale of the Choice Awards. So
That's
that
cool.
was that was really cool.
Were you nervous?
A little bit because that was my first time playing in front of a crowd so big.
I was gonna say that's probably a crowd.
Yeah, that was awesome though, truthfully, because I was on the stage, lights, cameras, everything. It was cool, you know. And then I had a guy play with me, my bassist. He was up there jamming with me, and we were holding down the grooves. It was a lot of fun. There is a annual music festival called Calf Fry in Stillwater, Oklahoma,
Okay.
and I hit up a guy that I know plays the guitar, and we've jammed together a couple times before. We didn't perform at Calf Fry, of course not the music festival, but there were a lot of music fans in the city that day. So there's this strip right downtown Stillwater. I call it downtown because Stillwater's so small.
Okay.
It's just a little street. Like,
Right.
I brought my drum set out there, put it on this little mini stage, makeshift stage, and he brought his guitar and his amp, and we were out there jamming right on the side of the road on the strip.
That's
And
awesome.
we had a bucket, and we made like $150 that night.
You're
It was
just
awesome.
busking like, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
kind of
You'd be
feeding off the
surprised at
same
how many-
fans from the Calf Fry, so that was a lot of fun.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I've never done any busking. I've thought about it, but because I mean, technically, I play the farmers market in the land like every other month, but they already know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not like I just show up and say, hey,
Yeah.
that like they already know. You know, weeks in advance. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there.
It was
So
really cool
that's
to have
different.
people walk up and recommend a song or ask for a certain song that they want to hear, and I'm like, I don't really know that song, but play it for me, and I'll match the beat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so I matched the beat, and now we're jamming. He's playing the guitar parts, I'm playing the drum parts, and now we got the song, you know? So that was really cool.
This podcast is brought to you by Indian River Music Company. The world is our local music scene.
Any of the coaches on the UCF staff? Any of them play?
That's a good question. I've never asked anyone else.
That'd be
you know
be
what?
interesting.
That's a lie. Dimitri Brim, he plays the piano, and
Oh,
we've joked around
really?
about jamming together a couple times.
We have to have a coaches band.
Yeah,
should.
like that. That would be interesting.
We gotta win some games first, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we
Yes.
can jam. Because if we don't now, that's the reason why we're not winning.
Right.
To everyone
the
else.
distraction.
Yeah.
True. They're
Yeah.
gonna try to
That
pinpoint
makes
it on
that
something.
makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, you know the word fans is short for fanatic.
Exactly.
So I get it. You know,
Yeah.
people get a little crazy about it. That's cool. I mean, that'd be fun to see a coach's band.
For sure.
I'll go to see that. I'll jam with you guys.
That would
That'll be
cool.
fun.
That would be cool. Yeah, so I gotta hit up Coach Brim and see if he's willing to come jam.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. If y'all need a space, we got it
I've
here.
got-
We can do it
I've-
here.
I've got means.
Yeah, we
I've
can
got
go.
a
We
couple
can even.
sets- I've got a couple.
We can even go
keyboards.
live and stuff.
There we go.
Do it. That'll be fun. That'll be
Yeah.
really, really fun.
Well, I'll hit up Brim and see what he says.
So let's talk about football real quick, because like you said, you know, you have to spend a lot of time on foot. It's it's your job. It's your main job. And we are. I mean, I'm gonna speak for myself, but I think that I am very happy with the direction of like I said, we are unapologetically UCF fans. If you watch one of these videos and you didn't notice, then you're just blind. But I'm very happy with the direction that the program took. It was one of those things that like I didn't understand what Coach Frost did when he left. I get it now, and it's like I remember that press conference, like when he said that on the road to success, sometimes they stop. They don't tell you to stop when you're happy.
Yeah. They always tell
Like,
you when
that
how to
hit
take
me.
the next step. Yeah.
That hit me because it was like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, how does it feel to be reunited with him and with a couple of? I mean, there's a couple other coaches who you played with,
Yeah, man.
like
So-
KZ. Like, who else?
Exactly. So Dimitri Brim, the same guy
Yeah.
who plays the piano, he was one of our linebackers back in the day. Drico Johnson, he was a defensive back for us back in the
Yeah, I
day. He's
remember
working with
him.
our defensive backs too. It's a bunch of guys on our staff, man. So I'm glad to be back around some fellow Knights as well as the culture keepers around there because we know what it take or at least what it took for us to get to the level that we played. So trying to help the current team understand what it takes and how we got to where we got. I mean, it's so much more impactful to be able to say, I've done this, it works.
Yeah.
Rather than do this because I'm the coach and you
Yeah,
should do this.
exactly. Like when you're telling them what can happen in that building, you know it because you've been a part of it. You know, how did it feel to come back into that facility? Like seeing the locker room, seeing the stadium. How did it feel?
Truthfully, at first, it was kind of like eerie, kind of like, you know, coming back to a place where you have so many built up memories and then you're at a different perspective now. You know, it was almost strange, if you will, like to walk in a building that you walked into so many times at a lower place on the totem pole, and then to walk in like, okay, now I'm pulling some strings. I'm telling people what they should and shouldn't do. I have impact. You know, I have influence on this team. And I had influence as a player, but you have even more as a coach. You know, so
you're the mentor now.
Exactly. And I'm the one who is, because make no doubt, college football it's makeshift. It's improv, if you will.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of flux.
Yeah. So like every day is a different day. And we have practice scripts and we have meeting schedules that try to add some structure to things, but you're making it happen. You know, it's not just show up and this is how it is. But when you're a player, you show up and this is how it is because other people have made it happen for you. You know, now we're in there, we're in the meetings, we're planning things, and to coach with some of the people that I played under is awesome too. To come full circle like that, because Coach Sean Beckton, I mean, I was recruited by him. You know, and now
that's true.
We're on the same staff now, so that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like Beckton.
I mean, you guys were part of one of the, if not the most successful team in program history.
Easily.
So it's got to be. I mean, I don't know if you use that as a, you know, maybe it's not the right word, like as a selling point when you're going after recruits. But I mean, I would think that would have some sort of impact. Going like, I played here, I did amazing things here. Like I want you to be a part of that.
And that's one of the reasons why I love being back at UCF, because I get to just be myself. You know, I don't have to fake the funk. I don't have to. I don't have to tell people. I don't have to sell them. I just tell them what happened. You know.
Yeah.
And I get to, because there's still a picture in there in me there's a picture of me on the wall in there, and it's not even like an obscure picture to where I would have to like walk in there and show you. No, it's like as soon as you walk in, it's right there on the left. So
it's not that old, so it's like you still look like that.
Exactly. Like, and then I always wait for them to notice it, because I don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, come over here, come look at my picture. You know, we're just casually walking through. I'm giving them a tour of our facility, and then they're like, wait, that's you right there. Like, yeah, that's me back in the day. And truthfully, I don't say it, but it goes without saying that this can be you.
Right.
Like, I was once in your shoes not too long ago, getting recruited here, had a really good career. Now I'm on the coaching staff here. This can be you. You know, if this is the way that you want to go, feel free. But come here and you're expected to do great things. Yeah. Don't come here and think that this is just going to be a walk in the park. Like, it was extremely hard for me to come in as a true freshman and play. And it was a learning curve, similar to playing the drums. Yeah. It was something I had to be bad at first and get better at. So be willing to come in here and be a sponge and learn, and you can have a really good career, and who knows, you can have a professional career here one day too.
Does Coach Frost sing at all? Nothing? He don't have a singing voice?
I've never heard Coach Frost sing, but truthfully, Frost, the most you see him talk is in these press conferences in the media.
Really?
Coach Frost, I wouldn't call him quiet, but he's just
focused.
He's dialed in. Focus is a good way to put it.
Stoic almost.
He don't say a lot, you know. But when he says something, everybody stops and pays attention because he doesn't say a lot, you know. And he's really personable. He will have a conversation with you, and that's one of the best things about him, is that he's so down to earth. You can have just a normal conversation with him, not feeling like I'm talking to my head coach right now. I'm just talking to a human being right now, a former athlete, because he played at a really high level too. You know, so he gets it, and that's one of the best things about him. And I said all that to say he's not the type of person that is boastful about the things that he's done. Like, he was at the top of the Heisman race and he led his team to a national championship, but you'll never know it. you know?
Right.
Yeah, like there's not an ounce of like that, like
arrogance.
bravado or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
not arrogance. It's I did this and now I'm trying to help others do it as well. And I've helped others do it too. I've coached Heisman Trophy winners. I've been to the national championship game. Stuff like that is like you don't have to say it. You walk in the room and you feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I've been around musicians that are like that. Like, I've been around people that have been in the industry 20, 30 years and they're good. Like they don't even have to. They just walk in the room, and you can tell it's
People
like
sit up.
that guy's about to tear stuff up.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna get on that drum set or he's gonna get on that guitar, and he's gonna crush it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't even have to.
It's the demeanor.
The moment they walk in the room, it's like, dang.
Yep.
Right.
It's just charisma. He's a charismatic being, and not only just on the field, like off the field, like you can just have a genuine conversation with him. And you leave that conversation thinking like, I'm glad I spoke with him. What he said with me really moved me.
That's endearing.
So, what music do you guys have? Like, I know that like, there's sometimes some teams they have the music in practice and stuff like that. What music do you guys have in practice? And do you listen to that music on your own? Is that the type of music also that you play?
So I'm an oldies type of guy, and when I say oldies, I don't mean like oldies like throwback. I
was gonna say your oldies are gonna hurt me, but
all.
go ahead.
When I say oldies, I just mean like not current music, like things that I grew up on.
Yeah.
So like like early 2000s, late 2000s, and then 2010 stuff like that. So like. The music that people don't really listen to anymore, and you hear it, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that song. That was really cool when it was out. But like, I wouldn't just play it on my iPod today. I would play it on my iPod if it was 2008. So like,
well, you don't want
it's totally normal.
You don't want the
man.
guys that you're playing to call you unk and stuff like that, right?
Exactly. And truthfully, I embrace it. All right, because I'm 27 years old. I know for a fact I'm not old. But they treat me like I'm old because I'm no longer a college football player.
Right.
I'm just surrounded by a bunch of young guys. Like, that doesn't make me old. I'm just surrounded by a lot of young guys. So it makes me feel almost like this is really cool to look back on a life that I used to live and kind of show them what they should be doing and kind of keep them away from the things they shouldn't be doing,
Did you have like like when you played, did you have like a pregame song?
Absolutely. So there's a song by Lil Wayne. It's called I'm a Go-Getter. Check it out when you get a chance.
Right.
It's a banger, but he's just mainly talking about accomplishing things. He's like, I'm going for the goal. My heart is in control. My mind is on succeed, and I am in the lead. Like, it's just the kind of song that you want to listen to pump you up right before a game, And then there was one more, a song called Blow Up by J. Cole, and another song where he was just like, I came up, I warmed up, now I'm about to blow up. Here it is. So another song that just kind of gets you in the zone before a game.
And did you learn how to play them already?
Truthfully, just about any song that I listen to, I try to play it on the drums.
Okay, nice.
Because I have gotten to a point where, like, I love the skill level that I've developed over the years because I can hold down the groove to just about any song I hear now, And it's not even just a tempo thing, it's more so a rhythm thing. Like once I hear the backbeat, I'm like, boom, I got the backbeat now. I can put the bass in there. I can hit the hi-hat exactly when it's supposed to get hit. And then I feel when the crash is about to come. Boom. And then it's right back into the groove,
I've seen some of your videos on, I think on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. And my main thing that I got out of them is like, he's smiling the entire time.
Yeah, man. I'm having fun. It's enjoyable.
It's like, I can't do that. I don't know. I concentrate too much, and I feel like I can't do stuff. I can do it in public. Like if I'm playing a show, I can feed off the crowd, and then like I'm able to like smile and whatnot. But you're in a room by yourself, jamming to something, and your face is like he is feeling that tune.
Yeah.
It's like, that's pretty cool.
I mean, truthfully, I have to kind of train myself to try to smile during it because like you said, you get so focused, you get so locked in.
Yeah, you get the mean face.
Right? And then especially when you feel it, it's like that stank face, you get into it. Yeah. So I have to try to train myself to do smile at least a little bit. And then a lot of times I have to focus on opening my eyes because I literally just feel it. Like I don't even look at the instrument. I just feel it. I know where the snare is. I can visualize a hi-hat right here and my crash right above that. And I'm just feeling it now, and my right foot comes down on the bass. I don't have to look at that. So it's just a feel thing more so than actually looking at the instrument.
That's pretty cool. And man, like I said, it makes me so happy that like living that experience again through your experience, because like I said, I don't remember that. It's been so
Vicarious.
long that I don't remember it.
Vicarious experience.
Yeah.
I can still remember not knowing what a hi hat was, not knowing
Right?
not knowing what the
Tom.
bass drum is.
What?
What are toms? Yeah, and like a ride cymbal, like
Timbale.
exactly. I can remember having to ask someone, "What are all of these things?" You know?
See, and so that reminds me. Remember when we talked about Jethro about Overthrust?
Yes.
So shout out to Overthrust. So Overthrust is a death metal band that we manage in South Africa,
The Botswana.
Yep, Botswana. And sorry, and
That's all right.
their drummer learned how to play the drums. He didn't have the access to
How to set anything up.
nothing
or
like
anything.
that. So however they set up the drums when he got them, that's how he learned.
Yeah. So
And I remember seeing it. It's like, is he
Tom,
left-handed?
snare.
What's going on here? Because it's like
It's kind of unorthodox.
the hi hat is over here, the snare is over here, and it's like,
crashes here.
and then
Like-
he has developed a level of technique that is pretty advanced. But it's the most unorthodox. Like you see it happening, it's like this should not work.
yeah.
Like when you
it's
see
always
it visually,
interesting
it's like it should not
seeing-
work.
And that's the thing about drums is that like it works the way you do
Yeah.
it. You know, you set it up to what fits your body. You know,
When,
Yeah.
when we
And-
were recording him, we were making sure that he kept we didn't want to move anything around because he would have had to readjust and everything. And it sounds fine.
yeah.
Just
And there's so many different techniques that you can
Yeah.
use. It's like, which one is the right one? None of them really. It's the one that you choose. That's the right
Yeah.
one for you.
Like, do you gravitate to like any brands when it comes to like your sticks or like the drums themselves? Like, what brand drums did you end up buying?
So I ended up just getting a drum kit off of Facebook Marketplace, my very first kit, the electric one. And then I still went back to Facebook Marketplace for my first acoustic kit as well. And truthfully, I had never heard of the brand E-Star. It was just a cheap little drum set for $100 off of Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And then I ended up replacing the drum heads. And that's when I really got
get the
into
forms.
Okay.
yeah. So the shells, truthfully, I mean, been drumming for 4 years. Wouldn't call myself an expert
Yeah.
just yet. But are the shells super important? Probably not. The heads are a lot more important because that's what you're hitting. That's what sounds. You know what I mean? So once I hit new drums heads and I put them on myself and I tuned them, I'm like, okay, this is what it's supposed to sound like. You know,
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I think like me as a non-drummer, when I think of a drum kit, it's like, well, the wood resonates, so there's got to be some importance. And don't get me wrong, I have my fair share of experience with cheap guitars. You can make a cheap guitar sound great. You really
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You tune it right. You get the right set of strings. You put the right settings on the amp and everything. You can get it to sing. So like, I get that. I get that whole. But you don't even. You said you have 2 drum kits right now.
I do. I have.
What's the other one? Do you know the brand?
I don't even know the brand. I want to say Evans.
Okay,
But I could
no, Evans will be the drum hits, right? Righto.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Evans is definitely the brand for drum heads that I've leaned
Yeah.
towards. But truthfully, that was just a shot in the dark. It was just, okay, this is a popular brand.
Yeah.
And they must be pretty good if they're this popular.
Yeah.
So, boom, I bought this off of Amazon, the heads themselves, and replaced all of the different drum heads and called it a day. It sounds better than what it used to sound like. You know what I mean? So, it was an improvement nonetheless.
You would think that after 4 years that you would have picked a brand or something. So the fact that you haven't, it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any bias. That it's like,
Not at all.
oh, it's got to be this. It's like, no. If it sounds good, it sounds good.
That's how
That's
I-
really cool.
Yeah, and I got
It's
some,
really liberating, actually. I wish that I could do that at this point.
yeah, I got some Vic Firth drumsticks, and
Mhm.
truthfully, I watched a video on which ones were the best, and I got big hands, so I needed some big sticks, and this one has, quote unquote, a longer shaft, therefore you have a little bit more like area to where you can grab and it still sound good, for lack
Yeah.
of a better term. So
The
if
balance.
the balance of the stick. There's just more space in order to move your fingers up and down the stick and still sound good. Because if you choke up on too far on the stick, it doesn't sound as good as it would if you hold it in the right spot.
Yeah.
Same thing if you go too far down. So to increase that space to where it still sounds good, changed the game for me. You know, as a beginner drummer.
Yeah, yeah. It's the right drumsticks, the right strings, the right microphone. Like I ended up buying a cheap microphone when I started singing. The second microphone that I got, which is the one that I got now, the first time I used it, everybody was like, "Damn." Like,
Oh, he a singer.
like that sounds completely different.
Yeah.
Like there's warmth to it, etc. So yeah, I mean, the tools matter.
Yeah,
Tools
the
matter.
equipment you use, I mean, don't get me wrong, you still need to be skilled. You still need to be good at what you do. But the equipment you use can change the game. It can make it sound so much better.
So you've been playing for 4 years. Where do you see yourself playing in 4 years? How much better?
Not only just double what I am right now. Like, I want to exceed that. That would be success to me. If I can take it to where I am now and multiply it by more than just twice.
Okay.
In this same time frame. You know what I mean? Because I do think that you learn the most from being a beginner to being intermediate.
Right.
But to take it from intermediate to advanced is a whole nother step.
Yeah.
That it takes an amateur to a professional. You know, I think that's what the step is. Taking it from just being okay to that next step to, okay, not only can I teach, but I can go play with anyone, I can jam with anyone, and I can feel confident behind the kit with anyone I play with.
Yeah. That's a really good goal.
Yeah, man.
Well, I was going to ask if you actually wanted to play a bit.
Well, yeah, but like we're not really set up at the moment for it. I mean, we can add it up at the end.
Or we can get him at least playing. It's up to you.
I'm with y'all, man. So
Hey,
I'm
we can
cool.
call
I
it
got
right
it,
now and
whatever.
play a little bit. Anything else you want to tell us about you when it comes to music and stuff like that, other than you're gonna get Coach Brim to come here also and
Yeah,
do
that'd be
a
cool.
podcast with us?
Yeah, man. And the fact that I am planning on starting an online business to where
Okay.
I'm teaching people what I'm learning.
Okay,
Therefore,
talk to us about that. Like is it like a website or
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you mentioning something like that.
So I plan to create my own platform, whether it's a landing page or a website, or if it's simple as a YouTube channel, like you mentioned. That way, people can see my progress as well as stem ideas to how they're going to get into drumming. Because I truthfully feel like everyone should be a drummer or at least some type of musician, to where you're creatively expressing yourself.
yeah.
That way, you haven't.
Especially
Yeah.
now with all the AI stuff coming
Yeah,
out, it's
sure.
like
Yeah.
you
The
like
balance.
so many people fall like into that. It's like, oh, I made a song, so you didn't make a song.
Yeah.
You wrote words, and a computer made a song. It's completely different.
Completely different. And then to be able to have that skill, it's not only impressive, but it teaches you something. And to
Yeah.
be able to learn is such a it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? Underrated skill.
Yeah.
To be able to go from not knowing to knowing.
Yeah.
You know, that's such an underrated thing, because that way there's limitless possibilities. If you can go from I used to not know to now I do know, like that changes the game from any subject in life, not just music.
It's a new language. Learning music is like learning a new language.
For
You have
sure.
to learn, like you said, you have to learn cadences. You have to learn metrics. You have to learn like the names of the instruments themselves. You have to learn, like, you say toms and snares and stuff like that to a non-musician. He's like, what is he talking about?
Exactly.
Ganga.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So percussion is a lot of fun, but I'm looking forward to learning other instruments as well, not just drums.
I like your idea of the like online community. Like I'm wondering how that would work, but I like it. I really like the idea. I mean, I see most of the channels that you have online. It's like, look what I can do. It's not show me what you can do.
Exactly.
That
Like,
feels
learn
a
with
lot
me,
better.
you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. This is what I can do now. Show me what you can do. It's like
Exactly.
that's pretty cool. That's a great idea.
And then that'll make me feel like I'm really making an impact rather than just people hearing my music. And don't get me wrong, that's so impactful. I've been impacted by so many musicians throughout my life. And to have a musician be able to teach me how to play as well, I think that's game changing. You know, to be able to learn firsthand from someone who you can see their learning process from the beginning, from the moment of not knowing anything musical to becoming a real musician and actualized musician. You know, that's the goal for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What's going to be UCF's record next season?
That's tough, man.
I had to ask.
Okay.
You know, like everybody watching this is
Well,
like, you're not going to ask him? I got to ask.
Truthfully, I went into last season hoping we won them all, so I'm gonna go into every season hoping we win them all.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, even we might have not ended up where I wanted it, but I saw a team that for 12 games didn't quit for a second, and I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that. I miss seeing on the field, 60 minutes of football. Like, it's been a while that since we've had that, and we've had good players, but seeing that again, it's like, doesn't matter if you're winning by 20 or you're getting beat by 20, you're still going to be playing like you're down by 1.
When you're a competitor, that
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, the outcome of each individual play doesn't matter when you're a competitor. Like, you go out there and you compete every chance you get because you don't know when your chance can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
You know? So you give it all you got. And this is a game of attrition. It's not about what you just did. It's about how many times can you do it repetitively, because guys get tired.
Yeah.
And it's a physical game. Guys get injured. Guys get hurt.
Yeah.
So who's willing to get hit and then get back up and get hit again? You
Yeah.
know? So that's what football is all about. It's all about shared adversity, coming together as a team, deciding that, yes, this sucked, but it's going to suck together and we're going to get better together, you know?
That is awesome. KJ, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being
man.
here. We're going to put you in the drums for a little bit and
We
show
gotta
the
get you
fans
some
that
video.
you're not bluffing, that you actually
Yeah.
play, okay? Because we know you can, but maybe they're going like, does he really? It's like, no, man, the guy can jam, okay?
Sure.
So thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here.
man.
Shout out, hey, Coach Brim, you're next.
Yes.
Like, you're going to be in that
You're
chair.
on the
too,
spot.
okay?
You heard it here
That's-
We
first.
got to
man.
talk about it because I was a piano player. So.
He already said you're coming. Like, talk to him. Talk to KJ. He
right.
said you're coming.
Yes, sir.
But thank you so much. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. And see y'all next time. We're rolling. We're rolling. All right.